Hey there. Hope everybody's well. We're shuffling. Okay, about to get some messages. This says the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy for divine guidance with messages for our highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine white light. So it is, and so it will be. Sorry about my elbow. All right. Very good. Let's see what the message is. Strong energy at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of conflict playing out here. All right, so someone could have tried to like speak ill on one's name, create some sort of like drama, some sort of narrative, right? I feel like it was to support someone else and their intentions and what they wanted. I'm getting like they got a group together to come after an earth angel because somebody wanted what they had. A Queen of Wands wanted what someone else had and thought that they could take it for themselves. All right, I feel like 5-5 is significant. Okay, so we have 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, a Queen of Wands. All right, and then a 4 of Cups. Like whatever it wasn't worth the effort. Okay, someone's realizing like this was like a mess up. All right, so let's see what else we get when we get the cards out. Thank you, Spirit, Angel, Saints. Yeah, Judgment coming out. Yeah. I would say that this is something that is going to be a wake-up call for them. Okay, then we have the Hierophant and the Sun coming out. Like, oh yeah, there is some serious evaluation going on as it relates to like this group. Okay, like they're realizing the presence of God in your life and now in their life, right? Like this is divine intervention. This is like God, Spirit, the angels, the saints, like having a chat, having a little chat. Someone's learning lessons here, karmic lessons. Okay, there's something that was like aligned with some sort of like contract, commitment. I feel like this is a bit of like, I know this is like the presence of the divine, but I'm getting like you're being seen as like someone that they don't mess around with. Okay, all right. Yeah, 3 of Cups. What's this 4th card? Look at the 4th card. All right. I think I have to put a crystal on that, but the Devil comes out. So you could resonate with being like, you could resonate with Archangel Gabriel or Divine Messenger or like the healer energy. So that would be Archangel Raphael. Like archangels might be very strong and prevalent in your life. Okay. All right. So, this Hierophant. This is about like belief systems and spirituality, maybe even religion or how like things work in the physical realm, right? This is a bit of like the hierarchy and you know, what's acceptable, what isn't acceptable. I'm getting like someone's getting a wake-up call. All right, what's this wake-up call? 10 of Cups in reverse, okay? So they're dealing with a very unhappy situation, an unhappy life. All right, they could have made a deal, made a commitment, made an agreement with the Devil. I feel like they made their decision. Because Judgment is also about like choices and decisions. So someone could be dealing with like legal issues. They could be dealing with like court. They could be dealing with a very toxic person, a toxic relationship. There's 2 here. All right. And then we have this like inverted energy, right? Like it's like as above, so below, right? Like there's this energy of like, this is not a support, like a divinely supported effort, whatever they're involved in here. Okay, we have the Devil, the Sun, Hierophant, Judgment, 10 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Cups. So this was like someone falling for false illusion, someone like seeking desires, earthly desires, right? And this being their priority. This could be like a party group, you know, entertaining many options, like chasing, you know, bright, shiny things, falling for illusions, falling for the promise of something, right? I feel like someone's got a wake-up call happening here. All right, we have a 5 of Cups. Yeah, I was feeling that. Like, there's despair and loss here. Like, whatever was promised was not gained. All right, I feel like, yeah, justice. Whatever was promised was not gained. And then we have 8 of Wands. So it's like news travels fast about an emperor. All right, news travels fast about what someone did to somebody who was their soulmate. Right? If they're willing to do that to their soulmate, what else are they willing to do? I feel like that's the news traveling fast. All right? Like, whatever. And they could be playing, like, and pouring over and crying over spilt milk. All right? I'm getting, like, they could be dealing with some sort of, like, authority figure, power figure, or this could have been, like, a power grab. Maybe someone thought that they were powerful, and as a result, like, they wouldn't have to deal with any consequences here. Yeah. What do we have? We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. This is someone who's very manipulative, calculating, and abusive. Knight of Swords in the reverse, right? They may want to, like, make a quick comeback, but I'm getting, like, you know, they're not going to make it to their destination if they come rushing and not think before they act. All right, what's this Knight of Swords in the reverse? This could be information, undesired information. Let's see. My cat's in trouble. He's in timeout. All right, the Emperor is usually this, like, father figure, like, you know, leadership and boss energy, and, you know, maybe someone abused their power. Right? Maybe they afflicted their wounds on someone thinking that, like, they were going to get away with this. But I'm getting, like, they're being held to account, okay? And their actions, right, their decisions have led them to maybe be in an energy where things that they once thought were, like, amazing are coming to an end with the world. So it's like having to accept the inevitable. This could be like legal issues. This could be going to, like, court. This could be getting locked up, losing your freedom, having to be contained in some sort of, like, you know, restriction of some kind. And then we have an Empress here, right? So I'm getting, like, this Empress here is a divine being here, right? But whatever this was, I feel like there's peace on the other side of this. So you're currently protecting and moving in a new direction for the sake of peace. All right, let's see what else we got. This Judgment here. What's this? What's the Judgment? The wake-up call. It's like the revelation. Someone is going through a revelation. Exactly what they agreed to, what they signed up for. Maybe they didn't read the fine print. Maybe somebody didn't realize the agreement that they got themselves into, and now they're having to see it through. Oh, whoops, Knight of Cups. So the Judgment was as it relates to a Knight of Cups. This is giving offers to other people besides the person that they have a high level commitment with. So this is someone, you know, choosing to break a spiritual contract with somebody. Is what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting, like, there was offers being brought to others, right? There's something here that somebody was, you know, I feel like Casanova, someone who thinks like they're a ladies' man, like someone who was just like giving it to everybody. They may have contracted something, might be affecting their ability to, you know, be in this family energy. I feel like there's like an upset playing out. And then I have the Hierophant and the Three of Wands. So I feel like with the Three of Wands, this tells me that like there's something that had future potential, but it's almost like someone thought that they would be able to do what they wanted to do and then return, right? It's the Sun. Yeah, we have a Seven of Wands. I feel like you're standing up for whatever you think is a valid cause, right? You're standing up for your beliefs. You're standing up for your position. You're standing your ground, right? But this is like help is on the way. It could be help on the way. Hold the line. I just heard hold the line. We're coming. Things are playing out here, right? There could be someone from afar on their way to you, okay? So hold the line. And then I have the Star coming out, clarifying the Devil here. So whatever you're here doing, you know, it's for the sake of the greater good. Like you're pouring into like the human consciousness, right? There's this pool and there's, you know, the ability to pour in and pour out and to connect with the higher realms, with the stars. It's like infinite potential of something. It's this spiritual connection, being able to create a ripple effect. So there could be an energy coming in from afar that might be here to protect you because you are being seen as an earth angel. Someone who has the ability to alchemize energy, transmute, change something from one state to another. So with the Star energy here, yeah, someone is losing a family connection, possibly any kind of stability, security that went along with that. They could be losing in court, like divorce, kicked out, that kind of energy. I feel like whatever this energy did in the dark, like from a place of shadow with the Seven of Cups and all these earthly desires, they did it for money. They did it to gain status. They thought it would move them up in the world off your back, okay? So they're not moving up anywhere. That's not how you grow, right? They chose to lie, cheat, steal, right? Instead of actually put the hard work in, right? Lie, cheat, steal. Yeah. I feel like they see that you have stability, security, you've put effort towards something. Maybe they're looking at what they have and they're feeling like this isn't what I wanted to be. Like there's something here that's like, I gotta like see if I can go elsewhere and find a better solution for myself. So I feel like somebody might want to communicate or make messages or send messages. I'm getting like people are talking about this person and how shady they are, all right, and what they will do for money. So I feel like the divine is hitting them where it hurts, okay, and I feel like it could be through whoever they're associated to. Remember we were picking up on a Queen of Wands? I feel like that person is also their karma. And then we have an Emperor and a Justice. So this could be them dealing with the, like I'm getting like a judge. They could be going to court. They may have to sit in front of someone official of some kind. They could be dealing with a boss and the boss called judgment on them. And so justice is being served. All right, what's this King of Swords? Is that the energy we're talking about? Yeah, the King of Swords is the energy we're talking about. Here's what's up with the King of Swords. All right, they're immature. They lead with a lustful energy, and they're currently in heartache, betrayal, and deception. Either this is playing out for them as part of justice, or this is their MO. I'm getting like this is their MO. They may want to rush towards you because they have been put in a similar situation that they put you in, right? It's like the scales of justice are being balanced and they are experiencing a downfall, a reckoning. Everything that they thought that they had, they no longer have. And so everything is falling apart, okay? And it's like devastating. It can be very devastating. So if this is triggering, I apologize. But I feel like this is something that they brought onto themselves. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like not giving and receiving, not charitable, not doing things for the right reasons, doing things for the sake of appearance's sake. So this person pretends to be something that they're not. This is somebody that you cannot trust. This is somebody who is giving to multiple people behind someone's back. Remember how I was like Casanova? So yeah, I feel like someone used and abused their power. And then we have the moon. So there was illusions here, and I feel like you had to trust your intuition because not everything was seen in the physical realm. You had to tune into the spiritual realm. Okay, look at this. Hi, Ace of Swords. Do you want this in the reverse? Yes. Okay, we want that in the reverse. Ace of Swords in the reverse. They do not have divine protection. All right, so you know, you on the other hand, you do. So they don't realize that they're fighting with a higher power here. All right, so I feel like they've been lying on your name as well. Like there's truth here. Someone's, you know, very defensive and not willing to speak the truth. They could be lying with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. And then I have a Four of Pentacles and a Two of Cups. So someone's holding on to some sort of situation. It's like a grudge match, okay? I feel like this relationship that they were in, I feel like is what is falling apart, all right? I'm getting like someone's leaving someone to be with someone else, right? I feel like, and then that's going to trigger like them having to be moved out, them losing access to funds, finances, security, all the things, because this is a breakup. Okay, this is a breakup. All right, so I was getting like triangulation. I was getting somebody being juggled by someone else, and that's the energy I'm getting here. So this is like the downfall of their relationship that they built off of your pain and suffering. Like justice is playing out here because they thought that they could get away with it. All right, there's proof. There's messages with proof, okay, of what this person did behind your back, thinking that they were going to get away with it. There's like, follow the money. Someone needs to follow the money. It will lead you straight to all of the BS this person created. All right. I feel like there's a bit of that. All right, then we'll see here. Yes, kitty. Look at Ten of Swords. This Knight of Pentacles, right? There's this like someone wanting to bring something your direction. This could also be like someone new coming in as a result of this. This freed you to be available when this comes in. I'm also getting that. Like you wouldn't have attracted your soulmate in this situation if you were with this person because of all the conflicts, right? This energy doesn't want anyone to succeed except for themselves. And so it was a blockage. And so as a result of this experience, it helped to free you from a cycle that no longer is alignment with you, with the Empress energy. Like it helped liberate you. It helped elevate you. It was what was needed to get you on your path and destiny. Okay, so what's this Knight of Pentacles here? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's that destiny. It's like the fated life versus the destiny life, okay? You might have been fated to have this experience with this person so that it would be a catalyst to align you with your destined path, all right? That's what I'm getting. Very well. So it really did serve an amazing purpose, and you are grateful with the Fool. You're like, hallelujah. It's like a whole new world, okay, without this. Not having to look over your shoulder to see what this person's up to, all right? Like they were sneaky, they were a snake, they were someone who you couldn't trust. Ooh, Ace of Wands. That's really big energy. All right, so this could be like initiative. Someone's going to take the initiative. Someone wants to take the initiative. I feel like it could cause some sort of like moving away from something that was kind of rough. And so it's like prioritizing your peace. Like maybe there's a bit of like, I'm not so sure that the memories were, you know, all that cracked up. Let's see. I got cards falling everywhere. So following the Ace of Wands, I mean, this talks about like creativity. This is a strong like phallic symbol. Someone could be wanting to bring you an offer. I feel like this could be something that is really going to initiate things, possibly initiating like going in a different direction, maybe realigning resources to go in a different direction. I feel like putting something behind you to move forward. I feel like this energy wants to affect this so that it doesn't happen. All right, so this is you also like leaving the lesson of the past behind, okay, with this wand, and then making a choice to move on with the other, right? Something that like, a bit of duality here, but with the globe, it's kind of like, the world's your oyster. What are you going to create? I feel like, what are you going to create? Very cool. This is also like strong masculine energy, invention, discovery, fertility. All right, so you could be co-creating with someone else. It may require you to go in a different direction. I feel like this is maybe something that you've been wishing and dreaming about. Like this could be a vision of yours. Okay, let's see. What's this justice here? All right, we have, yeah, the Nine of Swords. Oh, I feel like there's a lot stacked up against this person. I feel like there's a lot of bad choices that are starting to add up and really haunt this person. There could be a lot of like evidence that they're going through in court to, I feel like this Emperor has something to do with what's playing out in this energy's life. So sometimes God works through other people, okay? I feel like that's playing out here. There could be someone like that they're having to be accountable to for whatever it is. Look at, yeah, okay. And then we have a Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, someone sees you as stable and secure. Whereas before, I feel like they held on to a narrative that like you weren't all that they wanted. And so they had to go find something else somewhere else. And I feel like they did that and you've moved on and they moved on. But now they're like wanting to still have some sort of power over you or have some sort of say about you. I feel like this is like slander. This is defamation of character. This is someone with a slippery tongue. I feel like you can't trust this person because it's like as soon as you turn around, like they're up to something else. Like you can't trust them. This is not a trustworthy person. We did get the Eight of Cups. So someone is moving on after being heartbroken by a situation. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of gossip going on about this. This breakup is really heavy in the energy. All right, yeah, heavy in the energy. Someone is very burdened. Someone's overwhelmed. Someone's feeling like they can't handle this. And as a result, like it's too much, okay? And it very well could be too much, right? And I feel like they did too much, right? This accumulation, they did too much, right? And now they're realizing like you're not being affected the way that they wished for you. And as a result, they're the ones that are being affected. And so this is like an about face kind of, all right? Yeah, I feel like someone may have thought that, like, I feel like there's a lot of overindulgence here. So we'll get more. 10 of Wands, yowza. That's a heavy burden right there. It's like staying stuck in a situation, but I feel like someone's being guided to leave a situation, go in a different direction. You know, I was looking at this and it reminds me of like the authorities, the police, like maybe someone who they thought they could trust, they can't trust, like a traitor. Yeah, I feel like the person that they thought they could trust is the one that's going to betray them. All right. So maybe they told somebody something, or somebody knows something, or somebody witnessed something, right? Or they know something about this betrayal, deception, heartbreak, and they're speaking the truth. They're coming clean. All right. We do have a Queen of Swords. So someone's coming clean about what was going on behind the scene. So we'll see. Look at Nine of Cups comes out in reverse. I feel like be careful what you wish for. You might just get it, right? And I feel like they're being haunted by whatever ill will they sent out. It's like being returned. All right? Like, this is like someone maybe possibly dealing with like some sort of addictions here. I feel like whatever was done that was maybe from a place of like hopes, dreams, wish fulfillment, I feel like they did a lot in the dark. They did a lot of shady stuff. It's starting to catch up to them. Okay, so that's like that devil energy, okay? Playing with fire. Like someone may have been playing with fire. Like doing ritual work, okay? They could have even paid money, okay? Maybe they thought that like they could invest in this ritual work and it would pay off, right? But I'm getting like, that's not the case. It didn't pay out. They didn't receive what they thought that they were going to receive. I feel like they're holding on to a secret, right? About what they may have done to this star energy, right? And then we have the Empress coming flying out. Yeah, the Empress is clarifying the Ace of Swords. So I feel like whatever they said about this Empress, okay, was false, and the truth will be revealed. All right? The truth will be revealed. Okay, High Priestess energy. So if anything, like the truth is being revealed about them, and it's also being revealed about you. All right? Because there's no way of you knowing this without these abilities, without this connection to God. All right, there's no way you would have survived any of this without that connection to God. This energy is falling from grace, like King of Pentacles in reverse. So they're no longer in a position of authority. They're no longer someone that people look up to. They're no longer respected. They're no longer resourceful. They're being seen as egotistical and materialistic and very, very greedy. At the the lengths that they would go to for money is really concerning. Okay. All right. There's that Five of Wands coming out. All right. So I feel like this group has influence. This group may have participated with this King of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like their opposition now is this group that they asked to work with to come against you. It's now something that is a challenge for them. Right? So it's kind of like they know the truth because they were there. They did it. They know, they participated. So it almost is like flipping on them. So those that they once thought were close to them and that they could trust now are the ones that can create some sort of heartache, betrayal, and deception against them. So it's like the roles are flipping. It's like roles are being reversed. They may have like thought this group was like very close friends, like family, right? Like everybody was like, I'm getting like this whole effort was just, there's like a grand organized effort. I feel like this group is coming after them now. Or they will be, or that's a fear. I'm getting maybe that's a fear of theirs. They're afraid of this group and what the group knows. Look at Four of Swords. So someone's dealing with some sort of health. It could have something to do with like their phallic nature, and they could be dealing with some health issues as it relates to, you know, what they've been doing with a whole bunch of people. Or a masculine. Okay, so this energy could be dabbling in both sexes here. So I feel like somebody, you know, maybe like entertaining others and it not being like formal commitment. So a bit of in and out energy. This is the player energy. This is, you know, someone who's maybe entertaining options, right, from a lustful place, maybe finds themselves with a bit of the itch, the ick. I'm hearing the ick. All right, I have an 8 of Pentacles, and then I have an Ace of Pentacles. I feel like somebody's unwell, all right? 10 of Swords here. I feel like your back is to this situation. It doesn't affect you in any way. In fact, you continue focused on what you're here to create, all right? And I feel like you've created something for yourself and you continue to build. All right, I feel like this is going to be very prosperous, all right? They're worried about you being prosperous, okay, because they left you to find this elsewhere. And where they went, they did not find that. In fact, they're losing it, okay? So I feel like you're the one with the blessing. You're the one with the gift. And this is their worst fear, okay? Maybe they thought they were going to get some sort of like unexpected income, but they're having to pay it instead because that's justice. Again, like, what are their fears? What are their anxieties? Someone has strong anxiety here because they're operating from a place of fear and ego. This 10 of Swords is like, what's done is done, right? I feel like this group now, I feel like someone may have to leave a third party or a party lifestyle. Maybe this group has only caused them grief, a lot of grief, and a lot of burdens, to the point where this is not going to end well, all right? This is something that, like, has serious repercussions. This 3 of Cups, right? The third party, right, is someone's leaving somebody for another, okay, and it's causing betrayal, heartbreak, and grief, as well as, like, maybe everything this person said is being turned around against them, right? So it's like, I don't know, I feel like this is a bit of like, you know, you called this upon yourself here. Listen, if you have the Chariot, okay, this is like a divine energy, okay? This is like someone coming in for someone's behalf, right? And there's like this warrior spirit here, okay? So someone decided to wage war against a warrior spirit, right? I feel like they burden themselves in this situation. I feel like they're going to take themselves out, okay, by their bad decisions, okay? They've racked it up, okay? I've heard like they've racked it up, right? So sometimes, I hate to say it like this, but sometimes the trash takes itself out, all right? I know that's cruel, but this is something that, you know, is a blessing and a curse all in the same. What do they call it? Blessing in disguise, right? So this version of this person, this mask that this person's been wearing, right? It's been going on for a very long time. It's been repetitive, all right? And at some point, you got to take a look at your life and look at yourself and be like, all right, you know, I have some accountability with how my life has been going. I can't blame everybody else, okay? Because I'm the common party, right? Someone is the common denominator. I don't speak math, but that's as mathy as I get. Yeah, I feel like, you know, someone else is coming in to take someone else's place because they chose something else. They chose a different direction. So I'm getting like someone else is coming in to handle the job. This is the Lovers, right? Like the Lovers talks about free will and how we use free will and how we choose to show up in relationships. I feel like someone's coming in who's going to treat you right, with respect, and honor you the way you deserve. And it's not going to be this fool from the past, because they're taking themselves out. All right, they've been taken out of this race, and someone else who's a decorated warrior is coming in. All right, if anything, okay, if anything, this could be a growth opportunity for them, right? To find courage, find grit, persevere, overcome, and try to find the good and the bad in the situation, the polarity, the light and the dark of the situation. Hopefully it'll be a catalyst for someone's growth. That's the best case scenario. But this is like, the support of the divine, like the universe supports you. Okay, we have like Orion on the belt. We have, you know, the Sphinx and Egypt, very highly prevalent. So this is someone who's got a spiritual mission here. All right, and maybe someone took a direction off that spiritual mission and now is having to repay their karmic debt. All right, someone may want to apologize for their shenanigans, or someone has an offer coming in. It could be a collaboration. I feel like they may want a commitment here. And then I have the Temperance Angel. So this is like peace and harmony being restored here. All right, something new coming in that is going to be refreshing, something that is like, you know, reciprocal. It could be someone that is possibly young at heart. I'm getting young at heart with the Page of Cups. They could be very spiritually gifted. I'm getting like teamwork makes the dream work. So I'm getting like whatever this mission is, I feel like it's going to come together. Okay, I have the Empress here, so it's something that you've created that you're going to build upon. All right, and then I have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is saying like you're stable, secure on your own. You don't need this friend group. They, you know, were an obstacle for you. You've left them in the past, and as a result, like you've flourished. This is like someone flourishing, someone growing, someone expanding, someone being in the energy of divine light and glow. It's like gratefulness and gratitude, okay? So you have a new commitment coming in here, a divine partner, something that is going to help you create the life that you desire. Okay, I have a Ten of Pentacles and an Ace of Cups. You know, someone could be very sick about the fact that like they're not having this as their outcome, their desired outcome. This is something that belongs to you, and it comes with this energy of love, divine love, unconditional love, an overflow, being able to have enough for all, right? It's something like being bestowed. It's a blessing, right? Like you're being seen as the one that has the blessing. Okay, maybe someone did a whole lot of work here to portray you in a different light. I feel like, you know, people's character speaks for itself. And the fact that like you've not been in this person's life for quite some time and their life is still falling apart means that it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And sometimes things take a while to play out, right? Like the garbage takes itself out. I feel like you let them, you know, live the life that they want to live, and you lived your life the way that you wanted to live. However, there was a lot of interference here. There was a lot of trying to control your life, even though they're no longer in it. So someone thought they had a position in your life, even though they weren't in it anymore. I feel like they find themselves having to start over from scratch. There is this like new beginning here. I feel like someone did something for money. This also could represent like there's an offer here that might take you away from where you currently reside. So maybe some travel, maybe some opportunity. But I'm getting like, I keep picking up on the fact that like someone did something, okay, and it may have they may have contracted something deadly. Something that is going to affect their vitality, if you know what I mean. Their ability to create, procreate, all of those things, like that masculine power. I feel like they've given it away to too many people and have lost it. And as a result, maybe have contracted something that affects that. All right, so that's not for everybody. That's for some of you. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate. All right, but I feel like, you know, taking inspired action is something here that's coming up. So, you know, this could be the reference. All right, yeah. And then I have someone juggling somebody else. I mean, yeah, I'm getting like the third party may have juggled them, or they juggled someone and then they spread it to each other, and now like, you know, it's not a great ending here. All right. The Ten of Swords is like being by, it's like those closest to you betraying you the most, right? So they may, you know, go with one of their friends or something like that. I feel like cause and effect is playing out here. So there's like this, you know, maybe having to deal with somebody that they don't want to deal with, right? I feel like somebody is juggling them. Like they juggled you so that they can watch and see how this is. Like from their own perspective, their own point of view. I'm getting like Page of Swords is like a point of view. Like maybe someone needs to see what it's like so that they understand. Like this is also about like understanding someone's position, someone's point of view, someone's experience. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like, yeah, there's absolutely something going on here that, you know, is meant to be learned. Okay, this also can talk about like learning something, investigating, finding out information about, research. Someone could be prompted to look things up so that they can learn the truth about something. All right, I feel like there's a cycle playing out here as well. And this could represent like a contract. Someone made a contract and now they have to fulfill it, right? So this could be like karmic contracts that now they have to fulfill because it's like new, right? It's something that they created. So let's see what else we can get. This is chock full of goodies. All right, let's see. 32:22 on my timer. Yeah, someone took a risk. Partner to partner, okay, unsafe decisions and not thinking. So I'm clarifying this right here, which is that Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords, and someone got caught in the act here. So there could be like proof. There could be an investigation here. I feel like there's evidence. Maybe people are watching whatever this is or finding out about someone getting caught in the act. They're very triggered. They're very angry. They have a lot of childhood wounds and they're experiencing flashbacks. Okay, I'll just get a couple cards out. Thank you. It's like someone took a risk and it didn't pay off, right? And now they're in this like energy of not being able to move on because now they have to deal with the consequences of this risk. And this risk could have been quite large. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the risk was quite large, right? I was picking up on the energy of them, you know, doing things for the sake of appearances, and maybe whatever they were doing for money for the sake of appearances was what they did. They you know, threw the dice and took a risk and partner to partner energy, and they got caught and there's some sort of evidence and proof about this, or people are watching and finding out this information and they're feeling humiliated and ashamed. So there's that. It's that Empress energy, divine feminine, a leader, strong intuition, empath, and healer to others. This is that healer energy. All right, so you hold this vibration. Ace of Cups is a very high vibration, a high frequency. And this is like the divine bestowing something on you, some sort of blessing, gift, ability, connection, just love in your heart. You create from a place of love. You are the vessel of divine love. Okay, that's beautiful. I let my cat back in. He's no longer in timeout. He's partly the reason why we have a new tablescape. He like got all tangled up. And he knows he's not supposed to be up here, but you know, here we are. He's now on the floor. Look, we're still dealing with the triggers here. Okay. Time frame, spring. All right, so we have a spring time frame. We have someone who's feeling like they're a clown regarding the decisions that they've made. I feel like somebody thought that they were like this like big manipulator, like they had it all figured out, like every plan, like every lie, like their lies are catching up to them. Yeah, I feel like they've held back, they've been indecisive, they've been procrastinating. I feel like they're trying to decide whether they should come towards you or not. All right, so just understand that that might be what you're picking up in the energy for yourself and maybe myself. All right, so someone could be dealing with like not sure how to proceed, wanting to proceed but not knowing how to do that. I feel like they're an immature energy, so they may watch you from afar, okay, realizing like, you know, what they risked wasn't worth it. Someone took a risk. But I feel like it wasn't just one, it was many risks. I was getting someone felt like there was some deadline of some kind, time running out, on edge, intervention, can't wait any longer. So I'm also getting like that could be divine timing playing out here with the Temperance. Okay, I have something that might relate to like an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe this Nine of Pentacles represents the air signs. So I'm getting like this decision might have something to do with them having to pay back money that they may have taken or stolen, done something fraudulent, okay, took a risk here. Justice. I'm getting like high authority here. So I'm getting like someone may have done something that was risky and they may have to pay that back. Maybe there's time's up here. Yeah, I feel like they have high emotions right now. They could be in like very in and out energy. They could be like clashing with people around winter. Another time frame. Thank you. This could play out around winter. So some of this stuff that might have been a risk may have played out in the spring, but then like things are coming around in the fall and winter. Yeah, look at, can't make it up. Yeah, there's proof here. There's throwing out things, right? There's screenshots. So there's evidence. I'm getting like this Page of Swords is like, people have their own evidence because they've been witnessed. They've witnessed, they've listened, they've heard, they've spoken, like all the efforts of what the swords stand for. Someone's trying to rid themselves of the evidence that can be used against them. They're also like, I was getting like they could be very afraid of this group because they have the evidence. They could be wanting to get people to delete things. Maybe they're afraid that they're going to turn on them because they have quite a lot against them if they wanted to use it. The Ten of Swords is like being betrayed by everybody that you once held close to you, or someone real close to you betrays you. Yeah, I'm feeling like, no reconciliation here. Right, you're not interested. Maybe that's why they're wanting to get rid of the proof so that they can return back and say that nothing happened, like what you're saying is false. They may want to do this in secret. That could be that like Seven of Swords, like wanting to return back or trying to see what you know, like testing the waters to see like, do they really know everything that I did behind the scenes? I feel like this group does. These people know, and they're going to talk. What else? Yeah. You could be going on a date. You could be like entertaining others at this time, keeping your options open. I feel like you're very dateable, you're very beautiful, handsome. I feel like you're a catch and a half. And the fact that this person was in your life, even for the smallest amount of time, was a blessing. You were the blessing in their life. Okay? You were the blessing. Here's the thing. You may have been a blessing in their life, and here's the thing. You did nothing to deserve any of this. However, they prefer men, or she prefers women. Like, it's something like that. Like, it didn't matter what you could have done. Like, this person would have never given you the love that you deserve. And so you gave it to yourself, and that is beautiful. All right, so they can't get in your energy, right? Because you got it blocked. And so their profile creeping to see who's in touch with you, who's talking to you, who you talking to, who's on your sites, pages, platforms, social media accounts. They may create a fake profile. They could be hiding themselves behind a fake profile. They've been plotting. I'm getting like this is part of what the group did. All right, the group came against you. They created fake profiles. They hid themselves, pretended to be something that they're not. They plotted and planned this, and it all played out on social media. All right, they came against someone in the light. All right, that's this group. All right, so also this masculine, feminine, they're blocked contact. They could be profile creeping at this time and trying to see how they may keep up with what's going on in your life, because otherwise they're blocked. Keep them blocked. They don't deserve to be in your energy. All right. Yeah, they're dealing with the fallout. All right. They're dealing with, I was picking up on, like, there's evidence, follow the money. Someone's followed the money. Someone got caught exchanging money, maybe for temptation. I'm getting law enforcement's involved. I was getting, like, you know, this whole, like, judge jury situation over here with the emperor and the justice card. So yeah, their risky business is catching up to them now. Okay. Yeah, I feel like everything that they did, okay, is adding up. Okay, so now people are starting to like, oh, now this makes sense, right? They were hiding this the whole time. It was a cover-up, right? It's like you were maybe made out to be a decoy. I feel like someone trapped someone, or someone's intentions to trap someone. There could be a pregnancy scare. There could be someone who was told that they were the father, but they weren't. Or this is a mother figure here that's involved that, you know, they may have worked with. This could be the Queen of Wands that we were getting earlier. All right, what do we have? I feel like they are feeling unsatisfied in their current situation, right? Someone could be doing the bare minimum. I feel like someone's like on their way out. They're losing interest, okay? And then someone wanting to communicate, okay? Someone sending a text, a voicemail, maybe thinking about approaching you, because they're not happy in their current dynamic. They're constantly thinking about you, but they don't have access to you. With that Ace of Swords in the reverse, they're blocked. Dude, I mean, this is heavy, and I'm like feeling like a bit of like I'm feeling a bit of anxiety. I'm feeling a bit of like cloudiness, feeling like how does one get themselves out into a situation like this first and foremost, and then how the heck are you going to get yourself out of a situation like this? All right, I feel like somebody wants to run away, but they're going to find themselves like caught, right? Maybe they can't run very far because they're like cuffed. Okay, so this could be playing out around cuffing season. I don't know. Also, like, I'm seeing an ankle monitor. So someone might be on house arrest, or someone could be arrested. I was getting like the Knight of Swords in reverse, so that could be like woo woo woo. All right, and then I have earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Put these over here. This over here. I like my... Uh-oh. See, that's my cat getting into stuff he's not supposed to get into. Hello. People getting into things that they have no business getting into, okay? There's that. Oy vey, right? Yeah, there's that wanting to come back. Someone's wanting to come back. They feel like you're the one that is going to help them get out of their situation, right? They want to rebuild. There's nothing to rebuild when there's no trust, right? And I feel like, yeah, look at, they want to come up with their own terms of the agreement. They want to negotiate with you. They want to beg. They want to work it out. I'm getting this is not something that you're open to. You're not settling for less than you deserve. And this was certainly less than you deserved, right? Then I was getting that anxiety. Look, like refusing to give in. Like this is the silent treatment. This is how this person manipulates, right? They just kind of like turn their back and they're not accountable. They're not responsible. They're not accountable. I feel like you prioritize your family. You know that you have a lot to give and you're not going to have it go to someone who's not going to appreciate it and someone who's not going to participate. I feel like there's no negotiating here, right? I feel like if they need negotiating, they should work with a lawyer because I feel like they should get one. All right. I feel like something may have played out at work. All right. So they could have been doing something or involved people at work or involved the work location, or their work will be affected as a result of their endeavors here. All right, I feel like you're working on building a stable foundation, feeling safe, and being in a healthy family dynamic, right? Someone is realizing like what they're missing, okay? Maybe whatever they went to is the opposite of a healthy family dynamic. We did see the 10 of Cups in reverse. So I feel like the experiences were like almost inverted, almost completely opposite from what was going on. I'm getting like they want to ring the house, they want to knock, they want a phone call, they want to visit, okay? Someone wants to visit and clear the air. Okay, yeah, like I said, somebody wants to run away. Someone wants to run towards you, thinking that you're going to solve the problem. You're going to fix all their problems, right? Yeah, they're wanting to run away. They're confused, they're lost, and they're feeling invisible where they are. They're no longer on the ego train, right? They're feeling like a fool. They're a fool. All right. Okay, yeah, I feel like they're putting on a front right now. They're pretending everything's okay. They're letting, they're hiding how they truly feel. They're a people pleaser, or someone's a people pleaser. I'm getting like they have hidden motives. They have weird behavior. They're pretending to be something that they're not. They're like a facade. And as a result, like you have to be careful with this energy. Okay, because they have nothing to lose. They've got nothing to lose. And I feel like they will put on a mask and tell you anything to get what they want. You cannot trust them. This is what they're dealing with here. They're dealing with someone ravenous, or they're the one that is ravenous. Insatiable, uncontrollable desires, must have hunger for pleasure. This is that Knight of Wands energy I was getting. This is that Seven of Cups energy I was getting. Like confirmation that they attracted a partner that is exactly like them. And now, because they're both like each other, like, it's no longer fun and games anymore. I just saw this beautiful spirit energy. It's no more fun and games, all right? The party is over, right? Party's over, and it's because somebody was jealous of a divine feminine or a divine masculine. they came up with this whole plan to try to take someone down, okay, and swap, right? And it was all fun and games while they were doing this behind your back. But now it's not so fun anymore because it's happening to them. Okay, so someone could be talking behind the back. Someone could be very envious, petty, and attention seeking. So this could be playing out with who they attracted, who they're with, all right? So a lot of this had a motive, and the motive was to take someone down at all costs. And I feel like they partnered up with someone to do this. Summertime could have been relevant. Yeah, and then they involved a group. It's sick. It's really, you know, sad days if that's like what's going on here. You know what I mean? There's no love here, okay? I feel like someone went into a dynamic with the intentions of love, right? And someone went into the dynamic to cover up something, right? Something that they've been hiding for a really long time. And I'm getting like these secrets are what's coming out, right? This very much could be why they wear a mask. This could be why they're feeling humiliated and ashamed. I'm getting like maybe they go both ways with the Two of Pentacles. I feel like this third party knew this about this person, and as a result, like, made it all happen so that they could benefit from the loss of whatever this is. I feel like this karmic energy thought that they were going to gain somehow by all of this. Oops. I don't know. That's not for everybody either. That's for a specific group. The down low. It's like the narcissistic collapse. A lot of narcissists are like harboring down low energy, right? Whether it's lying, cheating, you know, juggling, right? Being in between, not knowing what they truly want, or not being able to be who they truly are. Like, it's that suppression of self, right? It's the shame. Oh my gosh, this cat. And I just realized I was paused and I kind of ended the reading. So sorry about that. But I feel like I was just pretty much cleaning up the cards. But I want you guys to know that, like, these lessons are for them in that group, okay, to learn. Like, you've gone through your process already. I'm sure that there's other lessons for you too. But just know that, like, you know, you're being redirected. Okay? You're being redirected, and they're going through a wake-up call, and it's long overdue. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Talk to you soon. Bye.